Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, the place where I share about my spiritual path, any tips and experiences that I've gone through in the hope that it will help you as well. In today's video, I thought I'll talk about the topic of forgiveness and not holding any judgment, making judgments or holding any grudges, which is quite a deep one and can be challenging, admittedly, for a lot of us if we're not used to the idea of forgiving and realizing that when we hold on to any judgments or experiences that we've had from other people, we don't realize how much it can affect us in a negative way if we don't let go of what the event was or don't forgive those involved, which can also include ourselves. So I've tuned into this a bit from teachings that I've learned from wonderful teachers like Louise Hay, who one of her biggest, if you don't know Louise, I do recommend to please do check her out. She talks a lot about forgiveness, and if we hold on to a lot of resentment, particularly from our parents when we're growing up, we carry that with us. And if we don't resolve any resentment or negative feelings, we store them, and quite often they can manifest in negative experiences, in mental health issues, physical ailments, habit patterns. It really does deplete our energy, and for me that makes complete sense and resonates true. So in some of the live streams that I've done on my Instagram, a lot of questions about the topic of forgiveness has come up, so I thought it'd be good to create a video in the hope that I can shed some understanding on my approach to that with you guys, and hope that it will help you as well. Of course, I must say that everyone has their own perspective and way of looking at things, so only take away what I say that resonates with you. If you don't resonate with it, that's absolutely fine. This is just my experience and what I've gone through, what I've come to understand, and yeah, hope that it will shed a bit of enlightenment for you guys. So firstly, forgiveness is so important to my eyes. The reason being is that when we go through certain experiences in our lives, it's very natural for us to be presented with some challenging situations, whether it be circumstantial or with people, and we can sometimes butt heads with people. That's part of the experience of what happens. That's okay, because some challenges may still come up, even if we're very aware and conscious and are in control of our feelings. Situations could still come up which could trigger you. That's absolutely fine. That's not the issue. It's the aftermath I'm wanting to focus on. So if you go through an experience with someone and you have a bit of resentment to them, or if someone's made you feel really angry and you're really holding on to that, the teachings that I've explored really emphasizes that forgiveness and forgiving and letting go of that resentment is so important. Now, a lot of people say to me when I've said that to them, yeah, but they've wronged me, or what they did is so bad, they don't deserve my forgiveness, or if I forgive them, I'm pardoning them, or I'm making it sound like they can get away with what they've done. That's not what I'm suggesting that you do. What it is when you go through an experience, everything's energy, so we store that within our body, mind and spirit. So if you have an engagement with someone and it's caused a negative reaction within you, obviously you will have your reaction, and then the time comes when the situation's passed. But if you are holding on to resentment or anger or any negative feelings to that personal situation, that isn't going to do that person any harm. It's going to do you more harm than that person. Reason being is you're allowing a situation from somebody else to influence your feelings, your thoughts and beliefs and perspectives, because we're not always aware, in fact we're definitely not always aware of the thoughts and feelings that we have in our own conscious mind, let alone subconscious mind. So we can go through certain experiences influenced by things that have happened in the past and not realize it. When we hold on to or harbor the old feelings of a negative confrontation, for example, if we don't address that, we keep that energy with us. We then are influenced on a negative scale, and if those feelings are not dealt with, they can manifest in physical ailments. So in Louise Hay, her teachings where she believed that every physical or any sort of illness or disease, or the word not disease, dis-ease, as she phrases it, stems from like an emotional experience. So she said with resentment and anger, that can cause a lot of communicational problems, and it can that's a big one to manifest in the body. So if you're holding on to a lot of energy, you're not allowing yourself to move on. So if you are presented with a situation or a person and you want to forgive them but you don't know how, or you know that you're feeling negative emotions, I highly suggest that you practice forgiving them. And when you do that, just know that it's not a case of that you're making you're excusing anything that they may have done. It's not about that. It's taking your energy back away from that person, away from that situation, or your parents, or whoever it may be. It could also be yourself. We also hold a lot of resentment and don't forgive ourselves for any things that we've done. That's a big, big thing. Forgiveness is a huge part in our spiritual path and awakening because it covers so many areas. So an example, let's not go too deep into this because it covers so many things, but the most common thing that we can hold on negative feelings for and don't realize it is our parents. We're heavily influenced by our parents and our upbringing. That's obvious because from a young age we are subject to all those in our immediate circle, and then we take on their habit patterns, right? So quite often, even if we have a good relationship with our parents, we can inherit their fear, their emotions, their feelings, right? So when that happens, we can then take on their energy or karma, maybe not so much karma, but definitely their energy, influence. And then, of course, if you do have any confrontations with your parents, it can set us up for the rest of our lives, negative or positively. So it's forgiving our parents and forgiving ourselves are usually the most core things to focus on. And that sets us free. And you can do that, and this can be the same with a spouse, with another family member or friend or work colleague or whoever. But a great technique is visualization. You visualize that person. You can set them in front of you, have your eyes closed, imagine that person or the situation, whatever it is that you feel that you're still connected to negatively. So I'm just visualizing a situation now, some confrontation I had when I was at school, because for me, I still have some experiences from school which I might not consciously think I've got resentment to, but I know that I've got some insecurities linked back to some people from school. So you can visualize that person in that situation and just say, I forgive you, I let you go. You can then say something like what I would usually do. I forgive you for the experience you presented and what you did to me that I have not liked. You did not realize what you were doing. I bless you with love and light. I bless you with love. And then let it go. So, see, when I do that, it does create a mixed feeling, which is why some people are able to forgive a situation person when the time is right and they'll be completely free. Some people may have emotion that comes up with it, depending on what the issue is. And some people may also not really feel like I've truly forgiven you. That's okay. It's being willing to do that, being willing to release the energy. It may take a few times, or even if you don't fully forget what's happened, you disengage in that energy. Because to my mind, when you hold on to something from somebody else, when you forgive them, you're certainly not pardoning them or making an excuse for what they've done. You're freeing up your energy. Because if you think everything's energy, where your attention goes, energy goes. So if you are allowing somebody else that's influenced a negative feeling within you, that's depleting your energy, not them. Because your energy is being occupied by something that's not in vibrational match with your higher self. It drains your energy, it depletes your energy. So having that forgiveness of that person or situation or yourself, whatever it is, it cuts that cord. So that energy no longer goes there. Even if you're not fully able to be in complete acceptance, you know, I can't let that go, what you've done. You disengage in that energy. I hope that makes sense. It's difficult. Usually when I say something like this, it's good to get an instant feedback, but obviously I'm speaking to the camera on my phone, but I'm hoping that I'm able to sort of convey that. It's quite a deep layered topic, and I'm just speaking off what I feel here off the fly, because this has come up a lot and it was suggested for me to do a video on this topic, and I thought it was quite relevant. But that basically is how I see it. If you are able to forgive and let go, you no longer are being drained of your energy, and it's the willingness to let go. That's the first step. You know, even if you have to do it several times, it cuts that flow, cuts that cord. And then if you think about it from an energy point of view, you release that energy. You're no longer being pushed down by old feelings from years ago. You won't have that risk of anything going on in your body, because if everything's energy and everything eventually manifests in physical form, then you free up energy where you won't get any physical ailments or mental ailments or energetic ailments. So it's wonderful practice. It doesn't you don't have a heavy heart, you know. So if you explore any spiritual teachings, you will find forgiveness is a huge thing, and a huge practice to take on, a huge recommendation, and I highly encourage that. And it's exactly the same with a judgment, because if we put a judgment on others, we're really just judging ourselves. And it's getting used to being aware, catching those thoughts, because we can make a judgment and not even realize it's a judgment because it's so like a habit for us, right? But yeah, I think that's pretty much the overall view I kind of wanted to put across. I hope I've been able to explain it clearly. This video was more of, I mean, all my videos are, but this one in particular is purely just, I'm speaking, you know, about my experience of that and my understanding of that. Just like off the cuff, I didn't really know what I was going to make a video about, and then this is what came up, and I hope that I've been able to put the message across, because it has come up quite a bit. And if questions about anything that I said, please do drop a comment down below, or just drop me a message, and I'll happily go over that with you. Any questions or feedback that you have, and any future suggestion videos that you have, please do leave a comment down below as well. Please do drop the video a like if it resonated and you enjoyed it, and please do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy having a platform to speak directly with you guys. Of course, I've got my Instagram page as well, where I do post daily content about my spiritual path, and forming a wonderful community on that page, and I hope that it can translate onto my YouTube channel as well. So if you are watching this video, please do consider subscribing to the YouTube channel to help that to grow. And yes, as always guys, I hope the video helps, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon and evening wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.